We are in our 24th country of Vietnam. This trip is 2 years in the making, and we're excited to finally experience this beautiful country over the next month.
What is this place?
Today we're exploring Vietnam's largest city, Ho Chi Minh City, also known as Saigon. We're going to be sharing our first impressions of this incredible destination with a little bit of food, some amazing architecture, and best of all, the beautiful people of Vietnam.
Good morning. Today we are heading out for our very first day exploring in Ho Chi Minh City. We're gonna see our first impressions of Vietnam overall, and so far, it's rainy season. Love it. Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh my gosh, traffic here is crazy. Motorbikes outweigh cars 20 to 1, which makes crossing the street here very, very interesting. And this is really nothing because it just rained.
I can't believe we did that.
I can't either.
That was a little nuts. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that nose.
Oh my god.
Oh. He's so sweet.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Look at this place.
First stop today is coffee, and luckily Vietnam is the second largest producer of coffee in the entire world, and they are famous for their egg coffee. So we came to Little Hanoi Egg Coffee today to try it out. Oddly enough, we had to walk up 3 flights of stairs to find the restaurant. But we found it and we finally got our egg coffee. Look at this. It's so thick. They even have a sign to tell you how to drink it / eat it.
First step to drinking this coffee is to skim the top and eat like the egg cream, which is just pure sugar.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so thick and creamy and sugary and delicious. So the reason it's so thick and creamy and delicious is because there's actual egg yolks, condensed milk, sugar, and then coffee on the bottom. So they blend all that up and just plop it right on top, and you have a nice creamy delicious foam on top of your coffee. It's so good.
Second step is to sip the coffee from the bottom, which I think you just drink. So we'll see if there's actually coffee in here.
Look at me.
I feel like I'm about 5 years old, but yeah.
It's so ridiculous. Oh my god, that was so funny.
That happened. But it's so thick, it's like hard to get to the bottom of it, but it is very delicious coffee and very well brewed. The last and final step is once you drink enough to mix it all together for like that perfect end drink or bite in this case.
Not something you probably drink every day, but really, really delicious. It's actually super interesting that Vietnam is a coffee culture over a tea culture like the rest of Southeast Asia. Most coffee you can get in Southeast Asia is the packet kind. And when the French came, they brought coffee, and I'm okay with it.
We needed a bathroom break. This is what we do. We go to a restaurant, eat there, don't use the bathroom, then leave and have to use it immediately. Thank gosh there's Starbucks all around the world. But yeah, Starbucks is just as popular here as it is in the US, apparently. Oh my god! Don't leave me!
We came to the Independence Palace because it's one of the top things to see and do. You can actually get tickets to go inside, but we're just gonna admire it from the outside today. So it took 3 years to build in 1868 for the French Governor General when Vietnam was a colony of France. In 1945, when Japan overthrew Vietnam from the French, they used it as their headquarters during the war. In the 60s, during the Vietnam War, which Vietnamese call the American War, it was badly damaged and they actually had to completely rebuild it. How crazy is this? This is called the Notre-Dame of Saigon and it's completely under construction right now, just like the Notre-Dame in Paris.
The cathedral was built in the 1860s by the French, and everything it was built with was imported from France, including the bricks you see behind me. The idea was to influence the religion here, but only 24% of modern-day Vietnam considers themselves religious, and of that, only 7% are Roman Catholic, with the predominant religion being Buddhism. We had no idea, total surprise actually, but the Beatles are in Ho Chi Minh. They're good.
From the 1800s to about 1945, the French actually colonized Vietnam. It was even known as French Indochina, and there is a ton of influence on modern-day Vietnam, including the architecture. This is the Saigon Post Office, built during the French colonization period.
This place, it's freaking beautiful. I think we're gonna buy some postcards because the problem we have in every other place we buy them is we don't know where to mail them. Sometimes the postcard shops mail them for you, but I can't think of a better place to buy some postcards than in a post office. Is it just me, or does it feel like I'm in Gringotts? Too nerdy? Alicia is a kid magnet. That little girl just walked up to her and asked if she could practice her English, and 2 minutes later they're doing hopscotch in the middle of a post office in Vietnam.
Okay, this is kind of an internal struggle that I have when we travel places that have previously been colonized. They have all this gorgeous European architecture, but it's in the middle of Asia. It doesn't fit, and I feel bad for admiring it because it's European, and everything European is just inherently beautiful, but it's not Vietnamese culture. It's European culture just in different parts of the world. So I don't know if I'm supposed to like it and enjoy it or like feel bad about it. I think I'm probably overthinking it.
Probably. But it's a good point. This is crazy. Right now, it feels like we're in Southern California, not Vietnam.
Everywhere we walk, people ask us where we're from, which we're used to. It happens all over the world. But everyone in Vietnam is so nice. Sometimes when you say no to buying something or getting a taxi in other countries, they get kind of frustrated or impatient. Here, like, it doesn't even feel like they're trying to sell you anything, and even when you say no, they're still really happy to offer suggestions. And
we are braving the Ben Thanh Market, one of the largest markets here in Ho Chi Minh. It has 1,500 stalls, usually like 10,000 people coming through a day. I don't know if that's the case right now, but we've got a couple things we're actually shopping for, so it shouldn't be a problem, I wouldn't think, with 1,500 stalls to find it.
hi! Hello! We just want to get 2 of these. Huh? 2? I want 2. 450.
That is a lot.
The most we can do is 500 actually. Okay, give me 600. 500? Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello. So easy to get lost in these places.
It's a total maze, and I think it's by design.
Yeah. Oh, no thank you.
Thank you.
Sọt Nam L chị. Bên chị á.
Do you have one more of these?
One more dip, right?
This one, not these.
Size L.
Large for this though. These are a little different.
We got some VIP seats since we're waiting for the only other pair of shorts just like this one, since I'm just that picky of a shopper apparently.
400.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Come
you.
back again.
Thank
Will.
you.
2 dry packs down, 2 running shorts down, and got just a little more shopping to do.
I actually like them a lot.
Good?
Holy smokes.
A discount for you.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So how much
I was
did you buy
thinking
for
like 350? 300?
What is it?
one more?
One more.
One more. That's fine.
Thank you.
Có rồi đó, 150.
Okay. I have to say that's the best negotiating we've ever done, and I know we were still getting ripped off because they were happy to take it. But we did like over 50% every time.
They gave us really high
That's
prices.
the camera prices.
Yeah. Anytime you show up with a camera at one of these places, everything pretty much triples in value for some reason. But I'm so happy to have glasses again. But more than that, check out this case. I mean, there was about 10 better cases in there, but he thought, I'm cool enough to sport this. Is this just for tourists, this case? Like, is this just to say they're from out of town? Going on a road trip tomorrow, and we have about 4 hours on the bike, so we thought we would get a poncho. Seems like a really good idea considering the weather right now.
I do not want to be soaked to the bone tomorrow. Do you want one too?
No, I'm good.
We're starving, so we're gonna get what's supposed to be some of the best banh mi in town. It usually has lines longer than you see behind us now, but I'm thankful because we haven't eaten since breakfast. It's always a really good sign when the delivery drivers are just lined up in a queue too.
Okay, it is crazy over there. There are so many people, and I didn't know where the line was or what to do, so I kind of just stood there, and then he pointed at me, and I said, 2 please.
Wow, that was easy.
I don't even know what we ordered, and he just handed me a bag with 2 sandwiches in it. Apparently he made it for someone else, but they weren't there, so we just got whatever they got. I paid for it after, but I didn't know what just happened.
That was fantastic. Like 2 seconds in line.
Best thing to do once you find food is find a drink place that has a couple of seats outside on the street. It's really low to the ground and really cute and really loud. I'm exhausted.
Oh my gosh. We walked around for quite some time looking for just a remotely peaceful place to eat our banh mi sandwiches. That's harder than I feel like it should be. But we found the park, we're gonna eat. We're so hungry we're not hungry. It's confusing.
Another part of the Vietnamese culture that's influenced by the French is their food. They brought bread to Southeast Asia, which really doesn't exist in other countries, but the baguette is probably my favorite kind of bread, and sandwiches are probably my favorite kind of food, and the banh mi sandwich is no exception. They make their baguettes here in Vietnam with rice flour instead, since that's obviously more abundant, and it's even more fluffy and airy with a nice crunchy outside. I don't know what's on it at all, but I had to put the fresh veggies on, which is kind of nice so they're not like soggy. But there's cilantro, and I put a ton on. All I got was bread and veggies. Wow, that is so good. Still have no idea what any of the meats are, but it is delicious. I was kind of nervous, honestly, because it's a lot of like mystery textured meat, but it's really good, especially with all the fresh veggies.
Yeah, we'll just do 2 Saigons.
Yeah. Thank you. Awesome. We passed 100 different places to get here, and this place had nobody here, but it was a small local place, and they said they sell beer, which the last lady said she doesn't sell till 6, so 20,000 VNDs for this.
Can't beat it. With the
Cheers.
beer. Cheers. Reporting live from the White House.
Okay.
Are
Are you okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alicia's not looking good.
I'm stretching.
Are you stretching?